Welcome back, students. So let us continue the same chapter, the sermon at Benares by Betty Renshaw. So far we have discussed seen Gautam Buddha when he was out for the hunting. That time he chanced upon a sick man, then an aged man, then the next one is coming, that is a funeral procession and a monk begging for alms. So because of all these sights that he moved, and then at once he went out into the world to seek enlightenment. Enlightenment means spiritual knowledge, or the sorrow which he had witnessed concerning that incident. So for 7 years that he wandered, and then finally he sat under a peepal tree, and he ought to stay there until enlightenment came. And he was enlightened after 7 days. So that is why he renamed the tree that Bodhi tree. It means tree of wisdom. So that is why Gautam Buddha then he became known as Buddha, because he got the wisdom or the spiritual knowledge when he sat or he was sitting under a peepal tree. So, and the meaning of this word Buddha, that the awakened or the enlightened, this is what the meaning is given here. And later on what happened? Then Buddha or Gautam Buddha, that he started giving his teaching or preaching the people about the morals, about the religions that he started or sharing his teaching. So then he gave his first sermon, or he preached his first sermon at Benares, one of the most holy of the dipping places on the river Ganges. It means in our Indian English or Indian language we say river Ganga. On the river Ganga, that this place is located, where he preached his first sermon. And that sermon, the same, at that point the same sermon or the religious moral talk that is preserved, and now the same that is reflected here, right, in the form of Buddha's wisdom. So then Buddha, in that sermon that he explained, that is inscrutable kind of suffering. Inscrutable means which cannot be understood easily. In his sermon that he explained this inscrutable kind of suffering. Then later on, the writer Betty Renshaw, that she explained one incident. That incident belongs to Kisa Gautami. What happened? Kisa Gautami had an only son and he died. She had an only son and he died. In her grief, that she carried the dead child to all her neighbors in her grief, asking for the medicine which could cure her child or which could bring her dead child back to life. That she went or she carried the dead child or the dead body of the child to all her neighbors, asking for the medicine. And the people said that she lost her senses because her child is dead now. So that is why she lost her. It means that she has gone insane or mad. People were thinking. So at last what happened? At length means at last, finally, that she met a man who replied to her request. That man who replied to her request, what did he say, that man, to Kisa Gautami? I cannot give you the medicine, T-H-E-E. D means you. I cannot give you the medicine for thy child, T-H-Y. Thy means your child. Are you getting? I cannot give you the medicine for thy child, but I know a physician who can. The man said to Kisa Gautami, I know a physician who can. So Kisa Gautami at once she said, what did she say? The girl said, pray tell me, sir, who is it? And the man replied, what you do, that you go to Sakya Muni or the Buddha, who suggested, the man suggested that I cannot help you, but I know a physician who can. So when she said that pray tell me, sir, that time he said, what you do, you go to Sakya Muni or the Buddha. And then as per his suggestion, when she went there, Kisa Gautami repaired at once. Repaired means here went at once to Buddha and cried. What did she say? Lord and Master, give me the medicine which could cure my child or my boy. She requested, she cried before, in front of Gautam Buddha. That time Gautam Buddha said, what you do? Gautam Buddha answered, I want a handful of mustard seed. What did he say to Kisa Gautami? I want a handful of mustard seed. So Kisa Gautami, in her joy, she promised to procure it. Procure means to obtain. She promised to procure it, but later on Gautam Buddha added means, then he said, what you do? You have to obtain a handful of mustard seed from a house where no one has lost a child, a brother, sister, parent or a friend. From such a house that you should bring or you should obtain a handful of mustard seed. This is the condition laid down by Gautam Buddha in front of her. Right? This is the condition. So now in this way, till half part of this story we have discussed that actually Kisa Gautami, she had an only son. Later on he died, and in that grief then she carried the dead body of her child to all her neighbors asking for the medicine. Neighbor thought that she has gone mad or insane because her child is dead. But finally a man suggested her that what you do, you go to Sakya Muni, the Buddha. When she went there, Buddha replied or answered that what you do, you bring or give me a handful of mustard seed, but you should it should be taken from a house where no one has lost a child, brother, parent or a friend. So this is the condition laid down by him. So now next part of this story that we will continue in the next video module.